I always like to leave people with a little message. Before I go, I feel like I have such a great platform to share stories with people, and I always want to leave y'all with a little bit. I'm gonna try to make it through this without crying off my makeup. I know, this feels like church. Dígalo! Dígalo! So, it's so funny because I normally have like the perfect story prepared for like the end of the show. And this time around, for a long time, I didn't have anything. And I was like, what am I gonna leave the people with? And I realized that I didn't have anything because I was getting to know this new me. And I think change is something that is inevitable. It's a part of life. It's not gonna stop happening. And as human beings, we grow and change because we have to. And nothing changed me more than motherhood. And it helped me see humanity differently. And most importantly, and I want to really talk to the women here, but I also want the men to listen in on this because I think it's really important that we understand each other's walk through life. And I think we'd have a lot less strife with each other if we stopped being so defensive and on the attack and actually listened to what it was like to be on the other side. I think that a lot of times the narrative with women is that we always talk about how downtrodden we are. And like sometimes a lot of society will play into this idea that all we do is complain about being women. But you know what I noticed after becoming a mom? It's not that we're complaining about being women. It's about nobody listening to us. Because kids don't nag you. They wait till you hear them. And then they stop. And I think you cannot look at the history of the world and not see the plight of women, because if you try that, you're lying to yourself. It is women and our fight that has shaped a lot of this world. And we exist within a world that tells us we are not worthy, we are not good enough. Ooh. We get labeled as a problem for speaking up, even when we're speaking up in defense of ourselves. And I think there's some important points about women that everybody needs to accept. Like when you see a strong woman, know that she is strong because she has had to be strong. When you see an intelligent woman, don't be upset, offended, or intimidated by it. Know that she has had to have that intelligence in order to survive a world that comes at her. The world will tell us that we will age out of our beauty. The world will tell us that we will age out of our passions and that we will age out of relevancy. None of it's true. This is the hardest part. Before we got to this point, oh, damn it. Whew. Before we got to this point, I thought it was over for me. Ooh. Oh, thank you. Sana, sana. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna put it on y'all. I'm not gonna put it on the amazing support system that I've had that kept telling me that it wasn't. It wasn't until I believed that it wasn't over, that this came together. And I'll tell you something else before I get out of here, whether you are, if you woman or not woman, when you identify as a woman, and let me tell you something, if you identify as a woman, don't let anybody tell you you are any lesser, because if you chose to walk this walk, you're braver than a lot of people. Don't ever count yourself out, no matter what the world tells you. You hold the key. Don't forget that. Good night, everybody.